boy, we're about to talk about this
Oh my god.
Sonic 25th
That's how
anniversary
you start
bullshit.
this off.
So, I'm Brent from Video Game Cinematics.
I'm Rich from Roy McEaters. Austin! You always
Uh,
do this!
I'm Dio Bound. Hi.
Austin from Dio Town, exactly. And we
Okay,
are here
so-
today to
I'm
talk
not
about...
from Dio Bound. I am Dio Bound.
Yeah, but cool.
Anyway, we're
Yes.
here to talk about Sonic Mania and Sonic Project 2017. From
No,
here
we're
on
not.
out, Yep. Alright, listen,
Just-
it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm not staying up late with this bullshit.
Just
Starting at this off.
Just
I'm
start.
talking about Sonic Mania first, and we'll go around the table, so to speak. Proverbial table.
Yeah, preferably.
So,
This guy-
the reason why I want to go first is because I want to end this on a high note. I am the Debbie Downer of the group. Everyone knows I'm a pessimist.
For sure.
Yeah, you know I'm a pessimist. So
You're cringy.
what? Okay. So,
Now,
well, I like Shadow the Hedgehog. So.
Edgy.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, no,
There you go,
stop,
there you
stop.
go.
You just confirmed
There
it.
you go.
You just confirmed that you're cringy.
Anyway, so with Sonic Mania, I'm gonna quote a 2009-2010 Some Call Me Johnny video that probably no one's ever watched. At that point, it just here's the beginning quote. At this point, it just becomes a fan hack that costs money to play, and that's just wrong. End quote.
That's the Mario 2 review.
Oh, was it? Okay, yes, I thought. Anyway, and I think that applies. Like, okay, let's talk about graphics. Graphics, it looks great. The sprite animation's great. The backgrounds are colorful. The music's awesome. Or by that, I mean the one song we heard. But my main, wait. My main problem is that it doesn't scream Sonic 5 to me. I understand that's not what it's going for,
Well-
and I do understand that's what it's going for. But like with Sonic 4, I see a new Sonic game with Generations, with Unleashed, with every single game that they've made. I see the next Sonic game. With Mania, I literally, like the title itself, it just screams to me. This is a guy who made a fan game, and now I get it. What is it? Christian Whitehead, right?
Yeah.
I know he is a fan, and he started as a fan creating. Well, it was the fan engine that they used in CD, right?
Yes.
And
Retro.
they
And,
put
that,
it in
and,
one
and
and
that's
two.
fine. And I have no problem with this. But there's like a bar, right? Above this bar are like, you know, New Super Mario Bros, Sonic Colors, Sonic Unleashed. Below that bar are just fan hacks.
Yeah.
And this is, to me, this is struggling on the line of fan hack. Like,
Why
Sega's
is
gonna have to, not
Unleashed
Sega,
there?
but that's not what we're arguing. My point is that like something has to wow me to say this is the new Sonic game. This is because I don't know if you know this. This is the only besides Fire and Ice. This is the only 25th anniversary game coming out because Project 17 is not coming out until his 26th birthday. After his 26th birthday.
Okay.
So this is the only 25th anniversary game, and for me,
Is it
as a
coming out this
25th
year?
anniversary, no, it's coming out. You forget that it's not going by normal years. It goes by his birthday, and it's every what's today? July 24th. So his birthday was
yeah.
July 23rd. So
No,
every
his,
July 23rd.
his birthday was June 23rd.
Oh, June, sorry.
Still, when does the game come out?
Spring 2017.
Then technically that's not a
Yeah,
25th
no, no.
anniversary game
No,
either.
It is his 25th
it is.
anniversary. Every
It comes-
23rd,
It comes
23rd is his
before June 23rd, 2017. So technically, it is still in
23rd.
Sonic's 25th anniversary.
Fine. Usually
Got him.
usually games only celebrate the year that it was made in as its anniversary, not
But by
a year
definition,
from it came out. I guess it
The
counts.
definition of an anniversary is that, yeah, my anniversary with my wife is on the 23rd of July, but the next year it's the same thing. So therefore, in between that time is not the anniversary, only those 2 days. I'd say I'm in my 3rd year of marriage from this point to this point. It doesn't have to do relative to years.
I'll let it slide. I don't care. Whatever.
In fact, I'm actually not married, just a thing.
No,
But,
yeah, sure.
Back about Sonic. Yeah, sure. I wish.
Sure.
No, I should.
No, you
Um,
don't. None of us do.
Anyways, back to Sonic Mania. Yeah, so again, basically to sum it up, I think that there's a bar, and it is on the line, is on the bar, but it has to wow me because and this is my last point that really stinks it up for me. We've only had 2 levels showcased: Green Hill Zone X, whatever, and Studiopolis. Studiopolis looks like its own level, and that's what I want. Green Hill Zone X, whatever, the redesigned Green Hill Zone looks great. But I don't want it to be Sonic Generations 2D. I want it to be Sonic 5, quote unquote, Sonic 5 with redone older levels sprinkled in there, not Sonic 1 with one extra level, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
I don't want it to be a redo of the classics with a new engine, plus maybe one or two worlds or zones, and then just call it Sonic Mania. Will that happen? I don't know. If it does, I'm gonna be upset. Oh yeah, by the way, this game better not cost $60. I'm actually gonna be fucking upset.
Yes, that's one thing I can concur to.
I
would like this game to cost like $30. Let's say, at max.
I think potentially something slightly different, but I'm gonna wait till.
Well, that's a
talk.
good segue into Richard.
Okay, we're gonna go to me now. Okay. Boy, Brent.
Pass, it's
Okay, I don't.
Stop saying
Okay,
boy, or I
okay,
won't
dude.
post
Wait,
this.
before you criticize
Dude, I
me,
don't. Okay, fine,
before you
dude.
criticize me, start your own
No, I'm
thing.
not
We'll
gonna-
have a little group section at the end.
No,
So-
no. It is gonna go into my own thing, dude. I don't know about you, but I'm freaking in love. Okay, I have fallen in love with everything Sonic Mania is. Okay, I love its graphical style. I love the passion behind it. I love the team who's making it. I love like the time it's being made too. At this point in time, I just love almost legitimately everything about Sonic Mania. Just so much is being done right to make Sonic Mania one of the best 2D installments we have ever seen into this franchise. Because not only in the trailer they said that they were doing reimaginings of older stages, and this, like how you go into the cave in Green Hill Zone, like my mind is like spinning with, because the thing is they don't just have to take levels from Genesis games. Imagine seeing like a 16-bit version of like City Escape,
No.
or
No.
or like some level.
No. If the lyrics aren't there, I'm not in for City Escape.
Well then, so wait, you're telling me you don't like, not Mystic Cave, you don't like, the Cave 2-player music in Sonic 3 then? Because that's literally the same thing.
Cave 2-player music in Sonic 3, you mean Sonic 2?
No, in Sonic 3 there's a 2-player level that's Endless Mine. In Endless Mine,
right,
Endless
yeah.
Mine is literally just the 16 remix
Oh yeah,
of...
that.
Well, I guess
Yeah, it is.
City
Yeah.
Escape is a remix of Endless Mine.
So I'm just saying, if there's a level based on City Escape and
Okay,
it
fine,
doesn't
fine.
have the song in its full glory, I instantly go from loving it to eh.
Austin, you're not getting the point. I was just providing City Escape as an example. Imagine like some sort of other 3D Sonic stage done up in like 3D or something. Like not necessarily a stage
Done up in 3D?
That's assuming
A 3D Sonic.
assuming that
Hang on,
this is
hang on.
Generations 2D, which I don't want it to be, but continue.
Hang on. You just
And
said imagine a level from a 3D Sonic game imagined in 3D. What?
no, cool, whatever.
That's what you said.
Anyway,
Even that, like my imagination just like spins, because like I would have never thought to like go through like an entire cave section in Green Hill. Like that just blew my mind. So imagine if like we go into like say for example in Green Forest we see I don't know, behind the waterfall or something. I don't know, something along those lines. Like clearly the people who are making this game are more imaginative than I am. And as far as the original zones, like Studiopolis looks freaking fantastic. I love that stage. I love like the silhouette thing going on. And one thing that I actually noticed when I was looking at gameplay, there was one portion near the end where like you get to the end of this road and there's like you can go to the right and there's like this platforming section that you use to get on top of a wall and then go to the left and then keep going. However, if you're actually paying attention, there was like a spring hidden by some like stained glass. It's like a black silhouette. If you hit that spring, you actually go to the left, run up on the ceiling, and then go back over the wall so that you can get there faster. I love level design like that. How you like pay attention, you can actually like find different routes to the exit. Just and also due to the fact that it has the retro engine. Because like there's no worries in my mind that this is like going to control something like Sonic 4.
It's gonna be all down. It's gonna be all down
Yes.
to level design.
Yeah, it's not going to be as like loose as Sonic 4 was or as stiff as Sonic Advance was. No, this is going to be just as good, if not better, than the classic games controlled. Because I played Sonic CD and that controlled beautifully in the retro engine. It was fantastic. And also the references, good God, the references that we see in all throughout Studiopolis Zone. Again, the Game Explained video says it all, like that the Sega Sonic popcorn machine. I love that because not only like does it fit with the theme because it's in a theater, but that was also an actual like popcorn machine in Japan that like you turn the crank while to get away from Eggman while the machine makes your popcorn. I love that. Not to mention there was like the TVs there are supposed to be Game Gears. I love that. I love that so much. And also just I think the biggest thing that is selling me on this entire project is I think I want to say passion. I guess is the word. It's just the passion of it all. Like again, take a look who's working on it. Like people like Christian Whitehead and Taxman and stuff. Like they just started off as just regular Sonic fans on Sonic Retro, and then they just made their own fan games. Now look at them, look at how big they are, and like with all the references they're making, like they truly do care. Like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You were once a fan of a brand, and now you are like directly involved in it. Like how much like imagine if you had one shot to make your own Sonic game. You would stop at nothing to make sure that is the best freaking Sonic game that you could ever make in your power. And not only that, just like I love how it's presented too. Like during the trailer, it even said like I know Sega's like some big like corporation conglomerate, but even like something as small as like Sega proudly presents, we've never seen that in a trailer before. I love that, and how like even when Takashi Iizuka in an interview, he said that Sonic Mania is a passion project with me, the Sonic team, and Taxman and Stealth to make the idea classic Sonic experience. Just and the music, the freaking music.
Do you know why the music is so good?
Because it sounds like Sonic CD.
Do you know who's composing the music?
That's the same dude who's doing Sonic 2 HD, or who was.
It's T. Lopes.
Yeah,
Go listen to his remix of Hilltop. It is beautiful.
I have listened to his remix of Hilltop. That sad stuff.
Did you see his comment about how he was super high when he made it?
Was he?
Yeah, he had a comment that said, "I'm super high right now. Thank you all for listening. I love you guys so much," and that was the end of it. And fun fact, I think he took it down just recently. It's probably because he's been announced to be on this game, so he probably had to take down the comment.
Oh, the comment?
That he was high.
But yeah, the music is fantastic. The title screen, the Invincibility theme, and Studiopolis, that's all we really heard. Also, the boss theme. There was a piece of gameplay. You can look at it on GameStop with the boss theme in green. Also,
GameStop?
I love the boss theme song,
No.
sure.
No, GameStop? GameStop?
You said
No,
GameStop.
Cool, whatever. GameSpot, I meant.
Sure
GameSpot has footage of the boss fight, which, number one, that boss fight looks like a freaking awesome reimagining of the Wrecking Ball from Sonic 1. I love that.
Isn't it supposed to be a mini boss, though? I heard something
Yes,
about...
there are going to be bosses at the end of every single act.
Okay,
just like Sonic, which I love.
I
also wish that Sonic Generations did. I don't
know. Now,
Okay.
here's the bigger question. Does it have the amazing transitions between acts like Sonic 3? Because if it does, that's amazing.
Because the thing is, in the demo that they showed, all you get to do is just play one act.
Yeah. So we don't know yet, but I hope it does, because that would be amazing. It's like taking the best from all the classic games.
Yeah, I hope it does too. More was I? The boss theme. The boss theme is also really cool. Just I'm loving everything about this game. And like to address your criticism that the whole fact that this is a fan game, where yes, okay, I can definitely see where you're getting from, where like it just reuses assets from Green Hill Zone, where like and just like it looks very much like Sonic before and after the sequel.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I forgot to bring that up.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I see where it's coming from. And honestly, all I have to say to that is, I feel so sorry for you. I did, because the fact that you're not enjoying this as much as I am, I just want to. I feel so sorry for you.
We'll get into that.
I wish you were as happy as me.
We'll get into that.
Also, this is a bit of a bias point of me. This is going to be the last brand new Sonic game that I, as well as us, play. This is going to be the last brand new Sonic.
Yo, don't be revealing age and stuff.
Who cares?
I'm cutting that out of the video.
Oh, whatever.
I'm cutting it out of the video.
Okay, I really don't care though. That's more work for you. I don't give a shit.
So just don't reveal personal information without making sure it's okay with everyone.
Didn't you just say that we can all say
I said names. Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Continue. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sonic Mania. I think it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it more than Project 2017. I know that we haven't seen that much of 2017. All we've really seen is a CG trailer.
I thought we were waiting to talk about that until I got to talk about Mania.
Well,
Thanks.
I can mention it in passing. Fuck you. But Sonic Mania.
Shut the fuck up, Austin.
Sonic Mania is just...
I don't have to edit the video. I don't have to do most of the work.
Cool. This is the 25th anniversary game that I honestly want. And Sonic Mania is just beautiful.
Okay, continue on to you,
Okay.
Austin.
So I feel like I'm more of the middleman out of the three of us because I am really excited for Mania, but at the same time I do think that there are some legitimate concerns. Hopefully I feel like because they're fans, there's a chance they might go a little too crazy with it. Because
True.
like this isn't a Sonic Team game. This is a passion project from like Christian Whitehead, everyone there. And there's a chance they could try to just go nuts. And if
Like
they go nuts and
shove their own beliefs as to what Sonic could be, like
Yeah.
throw it in the level design.
yeah, they could do that. But from what I've seen, it doesn't look like they're doing that. But I have watched all the gameplay of like Green Hill and Studiopolis, and the game design does look fine. Although I will say I really love how they transition into the new stuff in Green Hill.
Yeah, how like
because
it
it
starts
starts
out, like, the exact same.
yeah, it starts
And then it goes
identical,
into stuff.
and then there's just new stuff. But then every once in a while you run into a familiar area. But you know
Yes.
what the best part about the entirety of this game having Green Hill Zone is? You know the point in Green Hill where you get the
Oh, yes.
you get the invincibility, and then there's the spikes and the platforms, and you could jump on the spikes. In the classic game, if you were to go through, you would fall through. Now, those platforms are solid objects that you can't fall
Accident
through.
itself are modern
Thank
heroes.
you. I can't count the times I've done
I would
that.
always get like the speed shoes that you can get like below the level, and then the invincibility, and then like you just have to go super fast. And more
You'd
often
always
than
die?
not, yeah, that led to my death.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't happen anymore. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, Mania looks just like it's gonna have a lot of fun. It does look like it's going to be a Sonic Mania. So, yeah.
Alright, so now it's time for the
How about,
arguments. So,
Wait, how about the playable characters?
well, I don't care.
Oh, it's just Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
I would have liked Amy.
Maybe.
Or Shadow. Or
Metal
anybody
Sonic.
else.
What about Metal Sonic? Gotta have Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic is a
Metal Sonic is best villain.
Okay. Well, alright, so now that we're all done with that, let's now argue. So let's start arguing graphical style. My point is once again that I'm talking about sprite animation, I'm talking about backgrounds, I guess we'll count music in there, like the art of the game, I guess you could say. So the
the
animations,
sprite animation. Oh.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
good. You know what else is great? A Flash game in 2013 called Sonic After the Sequel.
Was that a Flash game?
Yes!
I thought it was. Like
You didn't have to buy it, it was free.
Oh, was it?
Regardless, that's not official.
It wasn't a Flash game. It wasn't Flash game, you had to download
This
it.
is
Oh,
this
okay,
is an official game.
You're right, Austin. Thank you for bringing that up. You triggered my trap card. You triggered my trap card.
But in Yu-Gi-Oh, you said you activated my trap card. Learn your
Like,
stuff.
it's a theme.
But
So-
you gotta learn your stuff.
He's
So-
voiced by Ian Green.
So I like the entire look of the game, but once again, a Flash. It's not okay. I keep saying a Flash game. It's not, but it's a fan game that uses sprite artwork called Sonic After, and I'm even counting before the sequel. Because before the sequel was obviously before after the sequel, obviously, but before the sequel was like okay. This is again talking about just art itself. Looked okay. It's cool. It looks like Sonic CD Part 2 with its it has like more animations, more sprite work, more frames, etc., etc. After the sequel fucking blew before the sequel out of the water. This game looks like after the sequel with maybe 2 more frames. Again, not a problem. Here's the thing though. After the sequel didn't have a fucking budget. This game does. You're telling me it looks just as good? Piss off.
Yeah,
Now,
but
granted,
the thing
now-
is,
no, wait. But granted, after the sequel had about 3-year development, if I remember correctly. If it's not 3, I know it's more than a year. They had a lot of time that they were working on this. I understand that. This game's on a deadline. I also understand that. But if I fucking pay you $500,000 or however much they're getting paid for the art direction, and it looks just as good as again, quote unquote, a Flash game, I'm upset.
I have
I'm gonna. That's my end.
I have 2 things to say about that. firstly, they're trying to make it look like the classic games. They can't go too far with how good the sprites look.
True. That is very
But
true.
also, honestly, looking at, because I haven't seen After the Sequel stuff in a long time, but looking at Mania, I don't think you can make sprites look much better.
Yes.
They are 2D sprites. It's not like 3D models where you can do all these crazy things. And but the thing is, a good sprite artist is a good sprite artist. The person that made After the Sequel could very easily have just been really, really good and made it look really, really good. But it's still sprites. It's still like a drawing. Have you not seen someone who doesn't get paid make art that looks almost as good as the real thing or as good as the real thing? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It is identical to that.
And I understand that they're trying to go for classic, and that's the point of the game. I do understand that. But when I see Sonic 4, all right, I fucking hate Sonic 4. I hate its art design. I really do. Its music's okay.
At that point,
at
this point, they've retconned Sonic 4.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
or they just don't acknowledge
remember
it,
Sonic
like
4 and once you forget.
But like when I see Sonic 4, I see Sonic 4. I see a Sega developed game that had a budget, that had, the talent behind it. Now, I'm not saying they're not talent, I don't say they're not having a budget. But when I see Sonic Mania, I don't see Sonic 5. I don't see Sonic 2 part, I don't see Sonic CD 2. Or no, let me rephrase it. I do see Sonic CD Part 2, but that's the problem. It looks so similar. Like, there's not much differentiating from it. Like, it's so hard to explain to you. Like, when I see when you see the graphical style of Green Hill, it's Green Hill Zone, which is fine. When I see Studiopolis, I don't see like an upgraded HD but still pixel art. I just see someone sitting there with a stencil for 20 minutes going, shit, I gotta get this done before they pay me. And again, this is before the game's out. I'm sure there's a ton of people who do absolutely fucking disagree with me, you two included. I just want to reiterate, the game looks great, and I'll probably buy it as long as it's less than $60. But in terms of impressing me right now, you have to step up your game. That's my point. Great game, not impressed yet. That's I'll leave it at that.
I think as we see like more of the levels as time goes on, and like more of the reimaginings and such, I think we'll be more impressed with what they have to bring out. Provided that, again, like I can agree with just like the disappointing thing about Green Hill is that they just flat out reuse assets. Like I would have liked to see like different textures.
HD-ish.
Yeah, just make it look better.
Yeah, like different textures, like different like sort of art, like some of the flowers or something. But actually, interesting thing, like they've added like more frames of animation on certain sprites. Like, you know how like in the original game, Sonic 1, like the Buzz Bombers, remember they like fly, they stop, and then they aim like
they fly again.
Yeah, and then they fly again. They're actually the thing is like when the tail, like it just pops into place. It just pops. But in this game, I actually saw it like they actually added like extra frames when it actually turns the point where it wants, like at Sonic. Also, like the flowers, again, they would just like pop into place like as they're turning. Here though, they actually like added more frames so that it looks more smooth. More stuff like that, I would like to see, as well as like other assets and original textures and stuff.
Yeah.
But again, still, Brent, dude, do you need a hug? Aren't you?
Well, okay. To be honest, with like every single game, even games that I'm hyped for, like Persona 5, I know I keep bringing that up because fuck me. But like with any game that ever I see like I'm hyped for, even if I'm hyped for it, it will be hype. Then there comes a phase until the game comes out where I'm very like I'm like hardcore skepticism, good or bad. And then when the game comes out and I buy it, I'm usually like so happy. But there's a period of time where like everything is just like, oh my god, this game's fucking great. It's the best game in the world. There's like period where I can't give any criticism, except my fun with the game, like that period of where like this game's the greatest thing ever, is short or long. After that period of time, I can actually give criticism on the game. That's my problem. Go ahead.
I will say that, given the fact that, again, you've played Sonic before and after the sequel, right? Yeah, my PC can't really handle too many fan games, so given the fact that I haven't really played many fan games, the fact that this looks like a fan game doesn't really bother me that much.
Right. And like you said, it is a fan game. Well, to an extent.
It looks like, yeah. It has that stigma.
And that's Go, were you gonna say something else?
Well, I'm just gonna say we're almost a half hour into the video now. Maybe we should start talking about the other thing that's probably gonna take almost another half hour to talk about.
Okay, well, we're pretty much wrapped up, right? About Mania. Richard's very positive about it. Austin's in the middle of the road, and I'm not upset about it, but I'm most definitely interested. Okay, so let's start with Project 2017, which we'll be referring as Resistance, because it just sounds a lot more badass and edgy.
Yeah, Sonic Resistance is what I'm referring to it too. It's so much of a better name than like Generations.
I wouldn't be surprised if they call it that.
So
Sonic Edge Factor. Watch them call it that.
So no, Sonic Days of Future Past. Sonic X Days of Future Past. The main part that I was talking about is Generations 2, except it's not because. Who was the guy that was out there? The official guy?
Takashi Iizuka said that it's not going to be a sequel or anything.
So my thought is that it has classic Sonic. I see it. A lot of people see it. Richard doesn't see it. Even if we're not right, it looks like in that trailer that when modern Sonic's running around, it looks like modern City Escape destroyed.
Yeah, I kind of see that.
Whether we see it or we don't see it, this leads to the discussion that it might be Generations Part 2, but not names.
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I think there's a chance, because if you remember in Generations, that, like, it wasn't a sequel to Colors, but the plot was very much affected by the ending of Colors. What if it's the same here, with, P-17?
They were stuck in the void, and then they got out of the void.
Or something like that, like the two Eggmans managed to get out, because, Generations ended, they were just in that white void. So they might pull that where the two Eggmans find a way out and then do stuff.
So it's like every anime ever, or every TV show ever, where like the character jumped off the spaceship, but you didn't actually see him die, so he comes back 10 seasons later.
That would just leave a big.
It just sort of crossed my mind. What if they go for like the cheap route and retcon Generations?
No, I don't think they would do that.
What I was saying, because what if it is City Escape? Why is it destroyed? Because if in Generations it was established that he's going through his past, right? There was no original level. They were all original level or old level tropes brought into modern / classic, right?
Yes.
That was the point of the game. So what if they went back and again, this is what I said, that not namesake, but in terms of plot, it continued from Generations in that they somehow found a way out. They destroyed old areas. And maybe don't go
or they made it out and conquered the areas without Sonic knowing.
Yeah, that's one thing that actually that a lot of people have brought up. Like it's like the scenario seems to be that like Eggman has already won, and that he's already conquered.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
because it looked like
now Sonic has to take the world back from Eggman. I love that.
That sounds really
That's
cool.
actually a pretty fresh idea.
But I have one issue. That would leave a gaping hole as to when Lost World happens.
But then again, nobody really references Lost World ever.
No, but the thing is, they could. But Lost World is the most recent modern Sonic game. That's why nobody references it, because it's the most recent one.
Maybe Lost World happened after Generations. I mean, Sonic 4 came out, 10 years after 3?
Yeah, I mean...
It still takes place after 3.
That's the thing, we just have to wait to see what the plot of this is to determine if Lost World happened after Generations or not.
Go ahead.
I guess you have to address the darker tone too.
Well, we don't know. We don't.
I've said so many times. I go off on a slight tangent here. Everyone hates Shadow the Hedgehog. I hate Shadow the Hedgehog. I enjoy it stupidly, like everyone likes Sonic 06. You don't like Sonic 06, they like making fun of Sonic 06. I actually relatively, thoroughly, by that I mean, I play the game, listen to the music, watch the graphics, watch the story, quote-unquote. I actually like Shadow the Hedgehog, to an extent. People don't like it because it's too dark and it's scum. People don't like, here's the thing, here's my main problem. I'm gonna go on an Adventure 1 versus Adventure 2 rant for a second, but I think but no, wait. It's pointless game for Resistance. People don't like Shadow or SA2 because it's too dark. And I would agree with that. But SA1 was just as dark. I mean, Perfect Chaos committed genocide against the fucking echidnas to the point where Knuckles is the last of his fucking kind. And I don't care what Sunkome Johnny or Sega tries to tell me, somebody fucking died during the Perfect Chaos revival. I don't give a shit what Sega tries to tell me. My point is that Sonic can do dark. It can do dark, maybe not depressing, but Maria dying, everyone on the colony dying, the Ark almost smashing and destroying humanity as we know it. It can do dark very well. It just can't do edgy. The Ark slamming into the Earth and almost killing everybody. That's dark. Shadow running around shooting people. That's where it becomes like, oh, okay, this is a little too dark.
That's the stand up.
Eggman taking over the world, capturing all of his friends. There's no love or hope or fun in the world. I can see that. I can't see Eggman sitting on a throne with an AK-47 and beer and women at his side. You know what I mean? Like,
you're going straight to hell.
Yeah, there's a certain point where it's like, okay, this is a little too much. Now again, that's also opinionated because, I think everyone agrees Shadow the Hedgehog was too far. But some people say SA2 was too far. Some people say SA1 was too far. Some people say Sonic shouldn't have a story, period. There's a certain bar.
Well, the people that say there shouldn't be a story are obviously people who only care about classic games, and they're not gonna want or like this game anyway.
Right. But my point is everyone has a bar for themselves in terms of, especially for the Sonic community, especially for modern Sonic, modern on to now.
The much more controversial Sonic.
Well, there's a lot more points where people are like, okay, this is too much. Like I've said before, an Eggman who's taken over the world, there's dark and despair, like Sad AM Sonic. That's not edgy. That's a dark setting in a Sonic game. I can take that.
But there's one thing I don't understand about the idea that Eggman's already won. Every time Eggman has wanted to conquer the world, he's wanted to conquer the world to build Eggman Land. This doesn't look like anything like... Or what?
No, my idea is that he's in the process of destroying the city so that he can build Eggman Land on top of it.
I guess because Eggman Land is a much more happy looking... Sorry.
No, you made a very good point. I was just saying that, what I never understood was fucking Unleashed. Oh, I'm gonna unleash Dark Gaia and then crack the world so I can make Eggman Land. Okay, cool.
That doesn't make sense.
Then what happens when Dark Gaia goes against you because isn't like Chaos or the Ark where you control the hazard? No, you're just releasing a god. Then what happens when it turns on you? I don't know. But
That's what Sonic's here for. It's what Sonic's there for.
I guess.
Yeah, but then Sonic stops him anyway.
But then there's another point. If Eggman already won, why is Sonic still alive? Or why is he not imprisoned?
What if? Here's a thought. This is complete speculation. But what if the two Eggmans get out of the void they were trapped in and throw the two Sonics in that void?
Oh, yeah.
And then they've managed to escape some point later, at which Sonic...
This was, again, run into the Generation 2 plot of what if they... Because here's the thing, if it is, City Escape destroyed, right? That wouldn't make any sense. Because if Eggman went in the past and won in the past, the entire future would be destroyed. That's why City Escape could be destroyed. But if he won in the future, then how is City Escape, a place that they've traveled in the past, destroyed?
Well, what if it's just the fact that these places... What if it's not time travel? What if he just conquered all of these places in the present? City Escape...
I didn't think of that.
City Escape probably didn't change all that much between when Sonic ran through it in Adventure 2 and modern Sonic now. I don't think it's gonna look that different.
It's like when people are like, have you ever heard that City Escape in terms of the canon was supposed to be Central City from Shadow?
That's wrong.
I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? Nothing. Okay. Yo, why does Station Square? Cause okay.
How I'll address the darker tone and how it works with Sonic. Again, SA2. The thing is, when you actually really look at it, SA2 didn't really get terribly dark, especially in the hero story, unless you go into the dark story where all that stuff about Maria pops up and stuff. Again, stuff like that really just leads up to the ending, and I think that Sonic can actually do well and get away with doing darker tone stuff in the climax of games, because that's when you need the most tension. I can actually get down with.
You know what I think? I feel like Sonic would work the best with a darker plot if it's dark things happening around Sonic, but focused on Sonic and him being funny the way Sonic is. It's happening around him, but he's not. Yeah, don't have Sonic be dark. Have the things around Sonic be dark, and Sonic still be funny, goofy,
I think that's the
attitude Sonic.
Yeah. Cool, quote unquote.
Well, let me get this straight. You're just literally sad I am at that point.
Sort of. I mean, they've already kind of taken the plot from ZAM. Just take everything from it. Have Sally Acorn be an official character in game now.
No. Especially after the reboot, the writers at the comic books would have a fucking shit show. They already rewrote it once, they don't gotta rewrite it twice.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm the only person in the world that's actually gonna come out and say that I'm upset that they rewrote it, because I spent an entire last summer reading every single fucking comic, and now they rewrote it.
What do you guys actually think of Classic Sonic returning to the game? Because I've heard a lot of people not like that Classic Sonic is in the game, because Generations only happened 5 years ago.
Well, okay, I don't care about Classic Sonic. I care about a new 3D Sonic game. If it's like Generations, where it's half 2D, half 3D, even when you're modern Sonic, then no, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, I feel like if they make it the whole Generations formula again, where Classic is all 2D and Sonic is the boost gameplay, get rid of the 2D sections in boost gameplay, please.
I actually semi-disagree, because
or at least make them a lot less frequent than they were in Generations.
Yeah, I can agree to that, but the thing is that modern 2D Sonic and classic 2D Sonic, I enjoy them in different ways. Like, I can see a modern 2D Sonic holding on its own and classic 2D Sonic holding on its own.
But at the same time, when you're going to dedicate half of the gameplay style to 2D,
I get that the whole
don't make the other half part 2D as well.
One Sonic is 3D and the
Just
other
because
is
it's
2D.
not. Because it's not.
But
Sonic,
still, I find
Sonic.
the 2D section. Yeah. I
So
find
it's
the
not
2D
modern and classic. It's classic and, or it's
modern
not,
trying to do classic.
Yeah, it's not 50 and 50. It's more like 70 and 30.
Just don't
yes,
do.
They just count.
Just don't.
Again, because my idea is that it's alright if you do 2D in modern Sonic if A, it's good, and B, it's not horrifically frequent.
Just don't do Generations 3DS.
Just don't be just don't use it a lot and just make it fun.
Don't be Generations 3DS.
Yeah, don't be Generations 3DS.
It's just 2D and 2D, but you can go
I
faster.
I can sort of again, they're both very different 2D styles, and given the time.
No. But the thing is,
but still.
But Generations 3DS is garbage because they give Classic Sonic the homing attack and force it on you halfway through the game. That's just making it so that you're playing the same gameplay style, but one of you can go faster. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Wasn't homing attack in console?
It was
optional. They didn't make you need it. Yeah, 3DS was just like, hey.
And just for the record, I never used it.
Yeah, well, you don't need to.
I never even unlocked it.
You don't need to, but in Generations 3DS, they force it on you, and they design levels around Classic Sonic having a homing attack. What?
So instead of Classic Sonic and Sonic Rush, it's Sonic Rush and Sonic 4.
Pretty much, yes. It's sad. Why would you do that? But yeah, just don't be that. Please don't be that.
I wouldn't mind if it was, going back to the gameplay styles, if it was, at this point, you know what, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I wouldn't mind, and I know Austin's going to shoot me in the face through the internet because of this, I wouldn't mind if it was Lost World. First off, if it was, get rid of the fucking run button. That's an actual stupid idea.
Dumb.
It's not that bad.
Idea.
Press a button to run. Fuck you. That's the point
of it. Give you more control.
Yes.
You want to go slower than
that's
just.
The fucking point. My point is, I'm playing a game. I want to run through the stage fucking 30 miles an hour, but not going a million miles an hour like boost gameplay. That's fine. I like the in-between. Here's the fucking problem. At that point, I'm playing fucking Mario 3D Land, and I don't fucking like Mario 3D Land. Or World, fucking whatever for the Wii U.
Well,
I disagree. I like it.
If it was literally Lost World, but with better level design, no parkour bullshit, no wisps, and a no run button, it'd be and not spherical design.
Oh god, stupid. Hang on, give me a second, cause I gotta figure out how to turn Discord off because people are chatting.
Discord.
Oh my god. I hate this because now it's gonna get picked up in the recording. Where's the stupid? Just keep talking. I'm gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, editing for you. Um, no, yeah, like I hate I hate the idea of Lost World. Not that's another discussion. Let's not argue about this now, Richard. But
Oh
or
my god.
Austin. But
Well, me and Austin, because we both disagree with you.
oh, okay,
How
good.
do I?
That's what.
Can I just deafen?
I don't hate the idea of a Generations 2 with new level design. My only concern is that it's going because because the stigma right now at Sonic Team, I think that at least in my mind is that okay, people don't like Lost World, or at least that's the general consensus. They most definitely don't like Boom, so let's give them 2D Sonic. So they gave us Mania, but if it's like Generations where it's 80 to even I would even argue 90% fucking classic, and then modern 2D, and then 10% boost gameplay. It's not Generations. It's not even a 3D game at all. It's Sonic Generations. It's just another 2D game, and that's my main problem. There's no 3D game this year. It's 2D. There's a 2D game and there's a 2D/3D game. I don't give a shit about the 2D. I want a 3D game. Oh, people don't like Lost World. People don't like Boom. Oh, we gotta throw another 2D in there. No, fuck you, Sega team. How about you just get your head out of your ass and just make a good 3D game? Oh shit, I said it.
Okay.
I hope
that was actually
Discord
part of my
crap got
USB.
taken out. Okay, I think I got rid of it. Sorry.
I dropped my USB because I was dropping the mic, but I don't know if
Drop the mic.
I did hear it. I heard something make a noise.
I have my full metal M1911 BB gun. I was gonna drop that, but that'd be really loud. So I decided
Should have done it.
What I'll say is that given the fact that how balanced Generations was with the 2D and the 3D, because 2D didn't pop up terribly much in the modern stages, because there were still like plenty of like 3D platforms, with the exception of stages like Chemical Plant and Planet Wisp.
My major problem with it is that when you're not in the 2D sections, it's the boost gameplay where we're pressing left or right to quick step. To the most extent, and if it's not 2D, it's like fucking 2.5, like it's 2D, but you're at a diagonal. Like in Crisis City, there's that section you're climbing the skyscraper. It's literally just like 2D, but the camera moves. Like, oh shit, something's totally new.
I have an idea though.
Good.
Since this confirmed the return of classic Sonic, that means that they could have the whole. Well, they're probably definitely having the whole. Oh, back in time, Sonic's coming through time to help modern Sonic. What if now they finally realized what was going to happen in Generations but didn't, and bring in Adventure Sonic and have adventure-styled gameplay? They could.
If that happened, I would most definitely be interested in it.
It would.
My problem is this is the same thing as we've had when all three of us, by the way, watched the shit show that was a live stream. And I'll say this:
Takashi Iizuka has announced that.
Oh yeah, and then the screen goes black. But my main point is that if there was an Adventure Sonic, and this is because they said that he was thinking about. He said that there is no Adventure 3, but if there was, he'd think about it. My point is the damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they made an Adventure 3 or an Adventure 3 styled game or an Adventure style Sonic, they're going to be fucked because if they don't have Adventure, okay, first off, there's already a war between Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, and then like there's heroes in the fucking corner screaming, but no one hears them. But like if like it's like oh it's gotta be open world like Adventure 1, oh it's gotta be hallway design like Adventure 2, again heroes in the back, we gotta have it like team style, and then everyone just shuts them up and shoots them in the face and hides the corpse somewhere in the backyard. But that was directed towards you, Richard, by the way.
I like Sonic Heroes. As a matter of fact, I like him even better now that I played Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Sonic Heroes.
Okay, I beat you.
Do I like them better than Sonic Adventure 1 or 2? I don't know.
Anyway, my point is that there's a war going on right now. Everyone's going on with a war right now of Adventure 1 versus Adventure 2. Especially in terms of level design, like I said, Adventure 1 being open world-ish, and then Adventure 2 being very hallway designed, and I'm talking about the speed stages.
I just want to put in my 2 cents. I prefer Adventure 7.
Same.
I prefer Granddad 7.
That's 7 Granddad. Get your facts straight.
But my point is that I hate how, like, there's already a war going on between Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. If they made, quote unquote, Adventure 3 or quote unquote Adventure Sonic, it would be a shit show because what if it is Adventure 1? Oh, fucking, why can't it be hallway design like Adventure 2? Izuka, you fucking suck dick. And then it's Adventure 2 style, like, oh my fucking god, it's not Adventure 1, Adventure 2 shit, eat a dick.
That, like, when we take a look at games like the stages and generations that we got, and Lost World has, and games like Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal, and the upcoming Fire and Ice. I think Sega and Sonic Team are definitely leaning more towards the Sonic Adventure 1 type, where there's going to be multiple pathways and like more open world. Because I think like overall, like more fans enjoy that. People constantly say how much they love the exploration factor in the classics, and again, given the fact that 25th anniversary classic Sonic's back, they want to like cater to those fans as much as they possibly can. So I think out of the two design choices that they have, especially with the boost formula, because linear gameplay with the boost formula, let's be honest, is a bit boring.
That's exactly my point. I love going through the stage at 60 miles an hour, not fucking 6 million. Alright, continue, sorry.
Then just don't boost.
But that's
I
definitely
just don't boost.
Begonia Day becomes from fucking like a 2-minute stage to a 7-minute stage if I don't boost.
Oh well.
But that's the entire point of the game is a mechanic I don't like.
Actually,
that I don't play it.
But
the thing is, I was playing a bit of Generations today. There are actually only a handful of sections in Generations that really require you to boost. I had a perfect amount of fun actually not boosting in a lot of those stages.
You don't have to.
I don't mind the boost mechanic in Generations because the boost in that game is like, okay, there's a very long hallway with enemies. Okay, boost. But you know, again, like also said, you don't have to use it, and that's why the gameplay in Generations was good because you had the boost, you didn't have to use it. Like the spin dash, I counted like once in Chemical Plant where they made, and maybe once in Sky Sanctuary where they made you spin dash as 2D Sonic or Classic Sonic in Generations.
They do that. They do that in Green Hill. What do you mean?
Okay, great. There's my point though. You don't have to. You have to use it like once in like not even every stage. That's my point though. I mean, again, but just like you said, who's not going to use the spin dash? The same with boost. If the mechanic is there to go faster, you can use it. But if the entire game is built around the mechanic and you don't like the boost mechanic, then there's a problem. If again, I keep calling it Generations 2. I shouldn't. I should keep calling it Resistance. If Resistance 2 has modern Sonic like Generations,
Resistance 2.
The problem then becomes the problem then becomes that people don't like the boost mechanic. Okay, we got 2D Sonic. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. I like the modern games way more than I like the classic games. Fucking fight me, Richard. And then the internet. It's
on the side of the street after school.
It's summer.
After school, I said.
Okay, whatever. My point is that you know, like I don't particularly like 2D Sonic. I like it, but you know, I see the appeal of it and I see why people like it. But I don't particularly like it as much as 3D. So then, okay, well then I'll have Modern Sonic. Modern Sonic's Boost. I like Boost to an extent, but if it's like Generations or if it's like Unleashed or Colors, then no, I don't think it's gonna be good. All right, well Lost World. Fuck Lost World. Adventure. Oh well, if we do Adventure 1 or Adventure 2, it's gonna be a war. Team gameplay. Fuck that. You know, if anything that you do with Modern Sonic is gonna be a lose-lose situation.
So you're telling me what they should do is have boost gameplay with a run button and team.
No. What I'm saying is that they should have a Lost World design where it's a 3D environment, maybe like Adventure 1.
There's a train going by, so if you hear that in the background, that's why. Sorry.
But like I've already said though, there's already the war between Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. If I thought, as I said to Richard, a cool idea would have been that what if they had, I said 3 Hedgehogs, but in this case we'll say, you know, you have 2D, you have a Sonic that does Adventure 1, a Sonic that does Adventure 2, and a Sonic that does the boost mechanic. Problem is that's not going to fucking happen, so let's be honest, no matter what happens, the Sonic team's fucked. As there's going to be something to complain about anything.
Well, the thing is, can I just say before that, the thing is, in general, no matter what happens, Sonic Team gets major flack for every Sonic game released. To be honest, Generations was the only Sonic game recently that seemed like everyone actually was okay with. Even the big haters of Sonic were okay with Generations. Every other Sonic game gets so much hate. I
didn't know that Sega was a bird. I didn't know they flapped.
I will to basically simplify my entire thoughts on what I think that Project Sonic 2017 should be, or Sonic Resistance, because I think that's a way cooler name.
I came up with it
again. No, I think everybody just sort of came up with it collectively.
Yeah, true.
Other people have already been calling it Sonic Resistance because it's a cool name.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, since Iizuka did say that it's not a sequel, it's not going to be Generations 2. If it's just the Generations mechanics like 2D and 3D Sonic, just with original stages, I think it's already going to be a good game. Just do Generations again. Just do original stages.
Yeah.
That was one of the main complaints that I heard. Even though it is a dumb complaint by people who didn't get the point of the game. It's just like, oh, none of the stages are original. Which A, that's the point, and B, you didn't like that. Oh, okay, fine. Let's give you Generations all with original stages. It's already gonna be a great game.
Just take some risks, because I feel like that was the thing Generations didn't do. Nothing was original, so there was no risk. Now, if they do some original stuff, give it an original story, take some risks with it, it might even surpass Generations.
Yeah, I can definitely see how people getting bored at the fact that Sega is playing it safe, and they are with Sonic Mania, just again hogging Genesis nostalgia, and again doing hogging Genesis nostalgia with 2017 by bringing classic Sonic back. But I think at this point, I've accepted the fact that Genesis style has sort of been just morphed into modern style, and just this is what Sonic is going to be now.
And that's my problem. But continue.
But yeah, again, just to sum up my thoughts on 2017, I think that if you just do Generations again with original stages on, I think it's going to be a great game.
What do you mean by Genesis style is morphed into modern style?
Okay, let's say that again, let's take a look at Mario. Mario has been basically using same enemies, same World 1 design, how many years now?
Yeah.
And that's just basically how Mario is. That's just his style.
Yeah.
I think Sonic is trying to do a similar thing. Whether or not you like that is up for debate.
I feel like
I've accepted it.
I feel like Sonic has set up classic Sonic, modern Sonic, Boom Sonic as really the face of what Sonic is.
Right. Nobody likes Boom. Classic Sonic is just specific to a certain crowd. Like I said, I repeat this again. I like it, not as much as modern Sonic. And then there's Boost Sonic. There's so many. I think Ryan said this during the Brain Scratch comms. There's so many, or I think it was Johnny. I think about it. There are so many different styles of modern Sonic. The problem is that and all of them work to an extent. Even Lost World, and I hate Lost World's parkour spherical bullshit. And to an extent, it still works. The problem is that they don't do anything with it. We've had Boost for 5 games, 4 games, 5 probably if we count this game. And not to mention that the Boost mechanical on the DS with Rush. We've had adventure style. I'm counting Heroes and Shadow and the whole 3D environment, moving around in a 3D environment. Well, go figure. And then we've had Lost Worlds, run button, more emphasis on platforming. There's so many different styles, yet Boost is overstated its welcome in my opinion. I think it was good while it lasted. I think Generations was the best of the Boost mechanic, but I think it needs to simmer down a bit. I don't like the team gameplay. I really hope they don't bring that back. The 3D environment in terms of Venture 1, 2, not counting the team mechanic of Heroes in terms of its level design, and Shadow the Hedgehog is something that I think they'd like to bring back because they want a nostalgia hog. There you go. But by the way,
you know what they should do? What they should do is have a run button. You're the werehog with a team and guns, and you can boost.
And,
best game 2017.
The one thing I will say this: the one thing that I want them to improve with Generations Modern is that I want Sonic's control when you're not boosting to be a bit improved. Because most people do agree, even though I haven't played the HD.
Yeah, Sonic Sonic when you're not boosting is garbage to control. Going any direction aside from forward is awful. Going any direction that's not forward is a pain.
I'll give Adventure and games like Adventure and Heroes and even Shadow 106. I will give them so much credit to the fact that you can just run around in a
You
circle.
can turn around, yeah.
Yeah, you can do something as simple as just running around in a circle. And you can do that as much as you want. Generations can't do that. Unleashed can't do that.
So what you're saying is
Colors,
Generations
I actually think you can do that with colors, but still.
Colors you can do it, but it kind of sucks.
The thing is, Generations has the same turning mechanic, and that is it's terrible. So because it's terrible, R is better.
Well, R's
Yes.
a racing game and R sucks.
No, R is better. R has better turning controls.
No, it doesn't.
R is a better game.
No, I like R and it doesn't.
Look, I
R
think-
is a good
go
game.
into, like, a whole
Sonic
debate.
R is a good game. Sonic R is a good
No,
game.
even
Sonic
though I
R
don't
is a good
only
game.
argue
Sonic
and
R
I
is a
win
good
at
game.
R sucks.
Sonic R is a good game. Sonic R is a good game.
That's everybody. End the recording. Let's go. I got to bed. See you later.
We're about to hit the hour mark in like 5 minutes if we don't end it up soon. Just warning.
Alright, so final sentence thought, and just like one sentence. Brent, go.
I actually got it from my headset. What are we doing?
One sentence. What?
I said I got it from my headset. I wasn't paying attention. What'd you say?
One sentence. Final thoughts on 2017. Go.
Oh, on 2017 only?
Sure. Go Mania first. Let's go Mania.
Okay, Mania. Excited for it, but you're gonna have to impress me a lot more, and it better not be fucking $60. Period. Next sentence.
One sentence.
Next sentence is no, the sentence is comma, next sentence, comma. It's still the same sentence.
I'm in 11th grade English, and I almost didn't pass. Eat shit. Anyway. Fucking... Dude,
Just hurry up.
Project 17 Resistance definitely looks good. Most definitely have to get more information out of it first. Done.
Okay, go, Richard.
Sonic Mania is a beautiful, lovely, fantastic game, and I can't wait to play it. Near to my eye. And that's period. And Sonic Resistance, Sonic Generations with original level design, probably slightly better control on modern Sonic, and that will be a good game. Period.
Okay, I think Mania will wind up being a good game, but there are some risks to it. If it's $60, it better have enough content to warrant $60.
They did say it was going to be longer than Generations.
And when it comes
no.
When it comes to P17, Hedgehog that can boost has a run button and guns.
And team,
yeah, and a team. There you go.
And,
Perfect game.
And Chronicles is
Yeah, the Chronicles OST.
and the models have to be Sonic R, Sega Saturn.
Yes, there we go. That is the perfect Sonic game.
Added in that game.
That is the perfect Sonic game.
Listen,
All right. So
we'll have the Sonic Wars another day.
Yeah.
all right.
So with
And
that,
until next time, I'm Rich from More McGeaters.
Brent from fucking Video Game Cinematics. So tired I am.
I'm Dio Bound. Goodbye.